Why do we hate MVCI? Well, as the spiritual successor of what my beloved game MVC3, I was looking forward to an amazing game, and I don't think it delivered. It actually made me very sad. So I have a panel here today that's going to help us discuss 5 reasons why you should hate MVCI. I have my esteemed panel here. Young Light Arrow joining me today.
Dude, put
please.
that mic on. You told me about this technically for the first time in detail 55 minutes ago. I'm not even a video game like journalist or reviewer, and you're pitting us against this fucking hyper nerd for this video game. This is a literal Phoenix Wright kiss where I'm given no prep time and I'm up against the most highly influential fucking attorney, and all I can provide is color commentary, and I'm white. So I'm not going to be doing too well. I'm gonna be real.
We have another member of our esteemed panel here, Zyzix_, ready to hate on MVCI. How are you feeling today?
Hey, so I got on MVCI because I forgot the things was in the game because I haven't played it in 7 years. Probably been 7 years. So yeah, I'm just kind of refreshing my memory of why I hate this game. I'm actually I'm rekindling my hate for MVCI right now.
I also did that. I put out a video. Like why MVCI sucks. I had to put it on ×2. Like quickly go through why we hit it.
Oh my god, okay. So obviously we have an esteemed, very well prepared panel here going up against the defendant. Who honestly, I don't know. I don't know if he can really do it, chat. I don't know if he can really convince us that this game
seriously, whoever
good.
this guy is that you guys are bringing in, he's gonna have to work real hard because that game sucks, dude. Like, I don't know what the hell that person's gonna have on this shit, but yeah. So what are we talking about?
Oh my god. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Maximilian Dude joining us today to defend a beloved MVCI iteration, a Marvel Capcom phenomenon.
So I thought I was like with you guys in the audience listening to said defendant, but it turns out I'm like up there now behind the stand. Unbeknownst, I have been called to the podium. So, all right, I'm ready. I got my defense gloves on.
So MVCI, as I said, spiritual successor to Marvel 3, a game I know and love in my heart. I think everyone here actually know and loves with their heart. Reason number 1.
Wait, objection. Everything you said is fair, but I object already. First objection, Marvel Vs Capcom Infinite is not technically a successor to Marvel 3. It comes after Marvel Vs Capcom 3, but it does not have the title, that of which it doesn't say Marvel Vs Capcom 4, and it was a clear downgrade. Even the devs acknowledged this back in 2016 when they talked about it. It's technically a spin-off. And as I have sort of like explained to people as I enjoyed the game over the years where it was deeply resented, it's kind of a sequel to Marvel vs. Capcom 1.
Guys, you got anything on this?
Hold on. Okay, so this guy is like actually smoking the shit out of us right now. Like, I wasn't really expecting him to actually bring hardcore evidence and examples from the developers themselves. Okay, I think. Okay, here we are, guys. We gotta start lying. We gotta start making shit up that's not even true about the game.
Start making fun of his hair.
We could ask him to cite his NDA sources, which he could not do.
To be real? Okay, all right. So there's one interview I specifically remember where the lead producer, his name was like Mike. Hold up. His name was Mike, and he used to work at Capcom, and he was asked this question directly by like PlayStation on like an interview. And this is back when it was first revealed, like in 2016, and he was directly addressed about like, hey, so why isn't it called Marvel vs. Capcom 4? And he kind of specifically used the examples that it isn't 3v3. We're sort of replacing a character with a stone. We have a different idea of like where this franchise like can possibly go. And I don't know if they technically use the term spin-off, but the term spin-off was definitely thrown around like very liberally. But ultimately speaking, I have spoken to the developers myself, and I have no verbal audio definition.
Objection.
Yes, please.
If they were claiming it was a spin-off, not a proper successor, and as you say, quote-unquote downgrade, why didn't you kill him? Why didn't you kill Mike?
Because there was okay. This was the Street Fighter V era, my dude. We were taking anything we could get. Marvel 3 was roasted. Like, we had like 3 months of updates, and we were Kaputski.
You know that in The Simpsons, that guy that's like smoking the one cigarette in the corner of the parking lot who looks real sus? That's Mike. That's Mike right there.
Holding a gleaming copy of Marvel vs. Capcom underneath his golden jacket.
Yeah, that's right, Capcom right there, dude. Like,
Capcom. He opens the jacket and it's just the fucking eggs.
Oh, they're all glowing,
oh my God,
bro.
I forgot about that.
Dude.
I don't know who this Max guy is, but he's cooking, all right? But How could you possibly defend reason number one we hate MVCI, the visuals, especially how do you defend Dante? I need to hear.
I understand where you're coming from, but I have a extremely good reason. And the thing is, once again, I've spoken to the developers, had one-on-one communications with like art directors and stuff like that, and have come to terms with how I feel on this stuff. And genuinely speaking, you guys are completely right. I have nothing, and it's awful.
We win.
Dude, remember all the
hyped you up for nothing.
Dante took it all.
We're up.
There's reasons why I did what I did with the money and time that I had, because I knew it was the one thing that could be changed, that could possibly turn a very sour situation into something desirable. So whatever we want to say about the ugly ass visuals in the game, let's just get it off our chests. We're communal now, all right? Yeah, Dante is abhorrent. The only good-looking characters are like Nova and jeez, I'm gonna have to really think about it, but there's not
Ultron,
many.
Iron Man when he keeps the mask on.
Yes, thank you.
Anyone in armor,
Yes,
or
that was
has
about
like
to say
some
it.
like either robots or armor, they look great. And Venom.
Dude,
Venom
Sigma-
looks really good.
Sigma
Venom looks really
Venom.
good.
And there's a problem with the robots. Like, it's an Unreal Engine 4 game, and Capcom's kind of new at this. Everyone has this super bright sheen, like piercing my eyes, like somebody's reflective glasses in the sun type shit. So again, that also carries over into like hit sparks and hit effects, and it's terrible. It's so like daunting how much of the space of the screen it takes up. So I agree with you. It's like they almost didn't know what they were doing with the engine.
Yeah, it was a little tough, you know, because again, while you have properly defended and affirmed that it's not a spiritual successor, right? It's still the next sequential game of a Marvel entry, if you will. Coming off the heels of that, there was a lot of expectations. And I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of a single stage in MVCI. I couldn't even name one. I can name at least 3 in Marvel 3.
Well, I mean, Catalog's Island is burned into our retinas, but yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, that's true.
Which one?
Kellogg's Island. Also the MODOK stage in MVCI. That's the only one I remember. AIM Labs is called. I think it's called AIM Labs.
That's
Umbrella
impressive.
Labs.
Oh my god,
Oh
that's
yeah,
impressive.
Umbrella. Yeah, the crossover. I forgot they did that. It was in the comic, actually. It wasn't.
But yeah, like, trust, dude. Even the stages when we had a chance to take a brush over something was clearly something we needed to do. The stages are quite literally lifeless. And again, this pulls back to the art style and visuals of the whole game. It was painfully clear that at the time they were severely constrained and limited because MCU stuff was poppin', and this is pre-Fox merger. So they also don't have access to a greater library of characters and
Fantastic Four, mutants.
yes, if I could boil this down, if they had waited like a year, we could have had a Marvel Ultimate Alliance looking game. But we don't. But it was too late, you know?
Not only is it too late, but Super Damage was done. Never again.
Yeah,
and
never.
The smoking creator, the
That-
hopes and dreams of
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom. There could never possibly ever be another one ever.
Or even a mod, right? That couldn't exist either. Where like
Yeah,
you
no
fix
way.
it.
Yeah, no
There's
way.
No way
Someone
anybody
would
would
take
put
the
that much
time.
money into modding that kind of a game. There's no reason.
Reason number 2, the cast was extremely underwhelming or even disingenuous.
Insulting.
Insulting is the better word.
I think insulting is a good word, to be honest.
no, I agree with that.
Even
I agree
in
with
the
that.
defense chair, I think insulting. It was. So here's the thing.
The travesty.
I think there is some caveats here, but I will
Sure.
provide a story that does put me in the same seat as not the defense here. I'm actually going to join you guys.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Come on over.
Oh, well, yeah, we got plenty of room for the MVCI hitting chair. Here you go.
Sorry, we're getting there. Just don't worry. I'm fair on this game, right? I cannot just sit here and just lick the sweet nectar off MVCI and everything it offers. I ain't doing that, bro. No visual examples.
Bro, that's a dead ass tree. Ain't no nectar on that bitch, bro.
So, at E3 20, I believe it was 17, right after the demo came out, right? I had an interview with whatever producers were at like a Marvel Games or Marvel adjacent, and they were very curious to get everybody's hot takes and super good buzzworthy word of mouth to put into a video that would go online. And they would start asking me about characters and specifically focusing around characters. So that's the thing I said I was the most excited about. To put it bluntly, they started asking me about characters. I said X-Men, but I can't wait that X-Men are going to be in it. I love X-Men. And they're like, are there any other Marvel characters? So I'm like, well, in Marvel vs.
They
Capcom,
tug
I
their
love-
collar nervously.
So
What about Y-Men? Just like throwing an alternative.
And to be real, that interview never made it to the light of day. I was a little verbally straight to their faces insulted that this game would not have the things that we wanted. But, you know, go on. I'm here. I'm curious what you guys have to say about the roster. Just go on.
Okay. Well, since you're here closer to us in the hating chair, I think you can hear us more clearly.
That was the one I was gonna pick. I was like, where are my X-Men? Ain't no Cyclops, ain't no Magneto, ain't no Storm, ain't no Cable, which could have been a sick return. It would have been the most dopest shit. You have some Hyper Viper Beam, but no, we got Hyper Viper shit, bro. Ain't nothing in this bitch. I looked in the MVCI box, ain't nothing. It's just flies and dirt.
Quickly runs over to the defense chair, says, they got Mega Man X. Okay, I'm running back to the
That's about
prosecutor chair.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, some caveats, right? Like even I can't just completely hate because I think there was some cool additions. I thought Ultron was pretty cool. Zero, Venom was an amazing pick. Sigma and Jedi were standouts to me.
That's the one I was waiting for. Yeah. Sigma, dude, his level 3. I will unify the world. It's so
yeah, thank you. That and I agree. Like there was enough characters in the game, and I'll boil it down to 2: Mega Man X and Strider. And obviously, I'm a huge Strider weeb,
right?
But Strider Hiryu and MVCI is the best version of Strider Hiryu ever. Period.
Oh shit! Really?
He's the most fun. He's the most capable without being like aggressively OP and like X Factor or the way he is in Marvel 2 or the way he's in Marvel 1. They turned him into a point character again, so that's really enjoyable. Giving him orbs, but they're not too busted. They're just right. Mega Man X, I don't love the most because his playstyle is really weird. It doesn't fit a hero character at all. But then you got others like Jeddah. Can't forget Gamora. Gamora's amazing the way she plays.
Taste the Godslayer, dude.
Can't forget even Captain Marvel's playstyle for being like a generic, I'm kind of like Superman, Supergirl, beat you up, you know? What do you do with that? Actually, her playstyle is like all these like chain command grabs and stuff that just beat the hell out of you. It's sort of cool. And then the obvious, like the majority of the DLC is amazing. Venom is so much better than any other Venom before. Monster Hunter, you're actually playing Greatsword in Monster Hunter. It's awesome.
Very
Sigma's the perfect mix of easy to play and like he's kind of what Mega Man X should have been. He's just cool looking and you can just jump in and start shoulder bashing people. It's perfect, dude. So I think there's some defendable characters in there. But like, we're just watching Chris and Nemesis back again. We're like, dude, really?
What the heck? I mean, the Spencer believers, they ate so well. I don't know who called that for me.
Raise his hand.
What?
Where was Azura? Where was Jean from God Hand?
It's
Phoenix Wright.
Don't get into the
No. You got your light, bro. You got your light. I need
what do you mean
these
you got
newcomers, bro.
I mean, you got to talk shit about this game yet. There's so much hatred bubbling back up. It's repressed.
I'm talking to Javi, bro. Calm down.
I think I should have got Phoenix Wright for the record. That's crazy.
No. You already got Phoenix. You already got your stuff. I need brand new
stuff?
Ashura from God Hand. I mean, Ashura from Ashura's Raz. And then I need Jean from God Hand. So like, straight up.
And here's the crazy part. This game definitely had the corporate meddling, quote unquote, attached to it. Even more so than like the launch of Street Fighter V with like barely functioning online and no like just survival mode. That's it. This game definitely reeked of a lot of that stuff because even from when I was asked or asking the producers like 10 years ago about MVCI, I was like, so where are these characters? Like, is there a chance of like X-Men and all this stuff? And I was pretty much told that just wait, just wait. We have a lot of plans for the game. Like, just wait. There had been quote unquote leaks from some quote unquote reputable sources that had called all the characters before the game was out. And like many of them include a lot of the stuff that we're complaining about right now. But the game didn't have it at launch, which is the worst. They should have put some of it there at launch. It was a genuinely bad
Remember
call.
what leaked before it came out? Remember the design brief for the specifications of like how we're going to sell this game to the masses?
Oh my god.
Remember whenever you're mentioning how it was like it had all
this
this corporate greed like slapped over it? That did not help. That did not help.
Yeah, that was
because every video game has that. That just should not have gotten to the fucking public.
That definitely shouldn't have been made publicly available. That is like obviously what happens for every game behind the scenes. But people being like exposed to that of how sort of like direct shillery it is in some way just leaves a really bad feeling.
Cattle. This is our livestock. No, it's villainous, man. It really put a negative shine on the game. It took a lot of its luster even from the start.
But I tend to go back and think of the characters that I loved, and there's that one reason in my defense. This is a personal defense. I would always go back to the game. Strider and Monster Hunter together. I love this team. Like all the other Strider players kind of did the same thing. Clockwork started playing the same team as well. And the funny thing about MVCI is that for a lot of people that were old MVC2 heads and old Marvel vs. Capcom heads, like before that played MVC1 and stuff like that, believe it or not, a lot of them really liked MVCI. and this game goes on to influence several other games and how their tag mechanics work going forward.
Yeah, it did. It did kind of set the stage, set precedent for if that type of gameplay could even thrive. And I would say, and this is not helping my offense at all, but MVCI crawled, I think, some games hopefully down the line will be able to walk.
Yeah, and I think we kind of saw that even with like Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which was kind of a mix of MVCI and Marvel 3.
That was a low-key hit, by the way, too. Like, I got a lot of DLC. Like,
it was made by huge MVCI fans and huge Marvel 3 fans.
It's getting a little too positive here, though. I gotta get back to Hayden.
Yeah, you guys gotta get mad. I'm turning you around.
So you're actually doing too good of a job, Lee.
Give me the floor.
Give me the floor, please.
The character roster isn't even fucking balanced. It's asymmetrical on the character select screen.
You're done. You're done. That's it.
Yeah.
Cut him up.
what do you have to say about that, Fold
that
Arms?
is indefensible.
What do you gotta say?
And there's the crazy part. Some stupid ass people that would go on to put way too much money and time into the game also tried to fix that visually and did a very good job. So, all I'm gonna say is that we couldn't change that, but yeah, you just maybe.
Oh my god, dude. You know, the moral of the story might just be money. It solves everything. I don't know. I hope not, but we'll see. But anyway, let's go with reason number 3 why you should hate MVCI, or maybe not. We'll see. I take you to, you know, some of the amazing sound effects of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Character maybe we all know and hate or love, Marvel 3 Doom. You can just scream out foot dive in most fighting game events and someone will be like, they'll turn around and acknowledge you. These types of audio examples and even just the music, the theme songs themselves, right, are so iconic and just bring so much life to Marvel 3 that I felt they were wholly omitted in MVCI, except for like Sigma and Jetta. So like that's
DLC characters that came later, by the way.
exactly.
My main gripe with that is Dante's name. Oh my god.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Can I bitch about how Dante is like, I was given like a pretty high tier but high execution character and given baby first Fisher Price character that is like insanely high tier. I just press down and an action button and I get hammer and it ground bounces.
Yeah.
And I can do it twice for free and get like more than half of a health bar if I just throw a super at the end.
Yeah.
And he looks like ass.
Yeah. And he sounds like ass. Yeah, you know.
Sounds like, I remember Nova put like his whole chest in the like voice acting, but that's
Thank you. All right. So, okay, it's not all like piss and vinegar. I think Nova and his performance holds a candle to the absolute like infallible performance that was Nova in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Super good, right? This guy is putting his whole chest into at that level 3, you know, and it sounds great. In the same ways that I do agree that some other characters that also sound really good. Doctor Strange sounds really good in this game. You know, like there are a few that are upgrades, but there are several that are clear downgrades. Ghost Rider kind of a downgrade, Dormammu kind of a downgrade. Another funny MVCI story is that I've been in your guys' position, and you know what? I have eyes and or ears, and I can tell that this shit big sucks, and was kind of vocal about that in 2017, so much so that some lead audio engineer or person working on the game was really pissed off at me at like a Comic-Con and came up to me publicly and started like denouncing me that why are you talking so much shit about this and stuff, and I'm like, hey man, I gotta get going. Like,
oh my gosh,
Javi, they're coming to your door. They're coming to get you.
They're
dude.
coming.
I am used to being in this position, brothers. Like, I have been here before.
Max
This shit
doesn't
ain't
have
nothing to
shooters,
me,
he has
man.
defenders. He needs a bodyguard at all times so that the audio engineer doesn't kill him.
So yeah, the audio sucks mostly. I agree. it's like 10% good, 90% this is bad. Like none of the music is good.
Before we move on from the audio,
Sure, please.
I recall probably the worst, but it's so bad and forgettable, I can't fucking remember it. It's Gamora's lines. There's something Gamora says that makes me laugh every time she does a super. Is it Taste the Godslayer?
Yeah, it's Taste the Godslayer, dude.
Taste the
I love that.
Godslayer.
I unironically love that line, actually. Like, see, my problem is Bucky. He has a line where Metal Knuckles. I loathe that line. It sucks. I think Bucky's line sucks.
Bucky sucks. Yeah, I guess this is where it gets a little tough for me because like these are all people. These are hardworking people. You know, they got their bag. They did what they could, but some deliveries just felt a little dialed. And I don't know if that's like a product. Yeah, very flat is a great way to put it, right? Like it's hard to come off of the heels of Marvel 3. So like even if it's not a successor, it's just so hard to look at both.
No, it's not a successor. All the voice actors got a script that said there was a spinoff. That's why they didn't put any energy in it.
Yeah, and to be completely honest, I'm not even kidding you. It's almost like the game did not want to fully lean into the video gaminess of
it.
Like actual intentional. We wanted to hook a bit closer to the moody sort of like MCU-ness of this. So maybe we don't want our characters like voice direction wise to lean as into like the super screamy cheeseball stuff of the previous games. That's how they might look at it, you know? So
that's interesting.
That could affect why the most of the game has like a very different sound to it. Like why even the majority of the sound effects aren't the way they are. And I can see that direction because that direction kind of lines up with a lot of other weird stuff in the game.
That's why Sigma sounds so good. He's not going to be a Marvel movie.
Because he is a video game guy, dude. Yeah, he literally is missing. He goes into a fucking video game in his level 3.
You know what? I don't fucking like how much this guy's helping me learn, you know?
Sorry.
I'm not a fan of this. I think I gotta reel us back, okay? Because I'm struggling to hate as we get to reason 4, I'll be honest. But like, there's at least 5 reasons. Let's get to reason 4, and I want to talk about this for a second. Reason 4 why you should hate MVCI. I was not a huge fan of movement in that game.
Fair.
But particularly the very specific point, and this might need to be explained a bit for those who don't know, I was not a fan of the proximity guard in that game.
Fair.
And now I'll try to explain this. I've actually never had to explain it to someone, but
nerd glasses. Oh, here we go. FGC guy complaining about proximity guard. Oh God, God forbid I do Akuma overhead into Raging Demon. You get caught, bro. All right, whatever, man. Whatever, bro.
Fucking shut the hell up, bro. Keep it down. Okay, I'll try to make this simple. If someone can explain it better, please do. Proximity guard, just an instance in the game where if the opponent hits some sort of button, something comes out, some action. Your character responds by actually just guarding, even if you're like a million miles away, if I recall correctly. You hit a button and they're just like, oh, I got to guard.
That's not even proximity guarding. That's universally guarding across the whole football field.
Yeah, it's guarding without a guard button. It's guarding with like the old school Street Fighter 2 way, down, back. If you want to prevent your opponent from like walking backwards as you're trying to open them up, you just mash jab and they will stop. Even though you're not hitting them, they will literally hold position every time you hold jab because it's going into guard state, aka proximity block.
Perfect, thank you. Well said. Anyway, I hate that shit. Whatever you just said, I hate that shit. It sucks. I try to move, I try to dash, I can't do nothing. I'm very passionate about this. It's tough because again, we're gonna not spiritual successor. We're not saying that one more time. But Marvel 3, bro, has some of the most insane movement. I've never seen Cap do so many backflips in my fucking life. It was so cool. And then you put me in this dumbass game and I have to fucking fucking wave guard dash just to get around. It's the worst. All right, defend. Please defend.
Okay, here's defense. And this is going to go back to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, a game all of us clearly love. We know that plink dashing wasn't intentional, right?
Nope.
Like, we all know that that was just a happy little accident that contributed to arguably some of the greatest movement in a fighting game ever.
God, true.
And it doesn't like even universal for Doom. It doesn't work. You know, like some characters just are funky that they don't get access to it. Some characters like you have to manually do it, like Dante and stuff like that. So yes, and I agree with you. Yeah, the natural movement of MVCI when you jump into it does feel weird. But to give MVCI players who continued to play this game for 7 years after it came out, those bitches figured that shit out. And it wasn't the same solutions as it was in previous games like Ultimate Marvel 3. So movement in MVCI proper nowadays is effing crazy. The problem was they had such an eloquent solution in Ultimate Marvel 3 that felt so good. Like, if plink dashing doesn't come back in something, bro, like I'm gonna be mad because almost most games have like plink dashing now. That needs to be a thing with obvious like limiters. We can't go crazy. But yes, if I can also add another little story to this, I have so many stories, my dudes.
Oh, man, we're getting so much lore out of this.
We removed it. We actually got into the guts of the game and took it out. And it took a while.
Proximity guard? Or
yes, we took it out.
Guard?
Literally removed it completely from the game.
Huh?
It was trash. we got famous Marvel 3 modders as well as MVCI people that have been playing this forever. We got to a point where we got it completely removed for the game because like, yeah, what's one thing we can do to fix the gameplay? This, dude, this is it. And we had a functioning build with it and we were messing around with it and it felt so sloppy to the point where, okay, so just turning it off is not the answer. This will have to be like severely modified, like really figured out. It's almost like the game didn't fit around it not being there. So there was a point where I've seen MVCI without proximity guard and it was actually trash.
I feel inclined to trust you.
Like, contact to like, you know, really smart people who could still remove it but make it work. That'd be insane.
And that's the thing, yeah. It would almost take a whole game redesign. Like
an overhaul, right?
The way like the way the normals interact and stuff like that would have to get redesigned. Like you would almost need it in some spots because it felt like now suddenly the game doesn't work. It's like, ugh, why is everything bad all of a sudden? What's going on?
Is there any way to explain it? Did it make mix-ups too easy or the
so
tag
mostly
system
game feel felt super off. And again, game feel and MVCI is kind of weird. Like hit stun, hit stop doesn't feel as good as Marvel 3 because they don't do camera shake during a lot of their supers. And if you look really closely to MVC3, there's a tiny amount of camera shake during a light, medium, heavy, and like super. Which really helps feel. We tried adding that as well, and it was terrible. So, funny enough, it went down to game feel, and that was most important for me, that people need to play this and it needs to feel okay. And if we did that, it would have been a completely different game, and it would not have been good. I wish I had like a mystery build that I can throw you guys, but it was just a thing that we messed around with when we were hacking into the game, and we got it off, and it sucked.
It's a necessary evil.
But I do agree with you in that, yeah, these bitches should have done something. Like, there might have been an overlying gameplay reason in totality why they needed that, especially for tagging and stuff, and I think it mostly boils down to tag.
That's actually a fantastic transition because dang, I mean, I'm real. It's been hard to hate. The longer we go on, I'm getting boys. I'm gonna need you to rally here for what is possibly the biggest reason to hate that has no solvable, fixable solution. Please don't tell me you fixed it already. But reason number 5 why you really gotta hate MVCI is I don't know how else to put it except super tag. That's probably the best way I can explain it. There's other elements I can just kind of like maybe can it to being, I would say maybe gameplay, but that's not quite true. There's some things I think we really did enjoy. Sure. MVCI. But God, did Super Tag take like all of the life out of any sort of competitive gaming or even casual gaming?
So, if there's one thing I'm going to fight you guys on, I love Super Tag.
He's gonna fight us? He's gonna kill us!
I actually fully defend it. But I don't think it has fully defensible. It has some personality quirks, right? But what MVCI Super Tag offers is genuinely the one thing of MVCI that I think fits thematically into Marvel vs. Capcom as a concept, as an entity, as an idea. And that idea, that entity going all the way back to X-Men vs. Street Fighter is that this is crazy, like dreams come true type stuff. Like, what is happening? Like, you can do that. You're allowing me to do that. Characters do this shit at the same time. This is nuts, bro. If there's one thing in MVCI that fits that, it is Super Tag. Because Super Tag does absolutely mind expand your ass. At this point, it is no longer just a traditional assist game. It is not a thing that lines up with the way Marvel 2 played, with the way that even Marvel 1 or Marvel 3 played. No. You have to reevaluate what the hell can I do? When can I do it? And there's clear limitations to tagging, and there's clear problems with things like Super Tag and stuff like that. But there was some pretty cool solutions with like All Guard, like a universal guard that happens when that kind of stuff happens, where the better players that actually play this game now, as time goes on, it became just kind of like still obviously good, but less powerful, to the point where, yeah, I get you, bros, it isn't traditional Marvel, but it also has counter tag, which is arguably the greatest evolution of active tag. It is the evolution of combos are too long. How do we keep people playing the game? Can I still take advantage of a situation if somebody does a breaker, quote unquote, a counter tag? And yeah, you get literally 2 fights happening one fight at the top of the screen, another fight's happening at the bottom of the screen, and you're only controlling 2 characters. It's crazy, dude. I love that shit. I love it. It's one of the things that kept me on board with MVCI the whole time.
I'm gonna need the defendant stop getting erect on the stand, please. Please.
Prosecutor over here. I was given a reason to hit in this game.
I need a pillow. Excuse me.
I don't have a problem with the super tag. I thought it was interesting.
Oh my fuck! I'm stuck.
sorry,
I'm
man.
washed.
Damn,
I'm
like,
cooked. I'm
hey,
smoked.
I hate
I'm smoked.
everything.
I'm
I
done.
hate so much about this game, but like whenever I went to my first tournament, in Ireland, okay?
Yeah.
And it was so funny. There was one of the top like Marvel vs. Capcom players like ran up to me, grabbed me by the collar, and he said, "Hey, I'm losing to this guy." And I was like, "Why? What's happening?" He's playing Nemesis and Hagar, and he does a super, and then he tags it and does another super, and then does a lariat, and then does another super. And
It's
I'm like,
so
"Yeah, I know."
degenerate.
Yes, it was incredibly degenerate, but like that was the interesting thing about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Whenever I played against them, I blocked, and then they ran out of meter.
They ran out of beer.
Shit, I blocked, brother.
It was so funny.
And that's the thing about it that I like, man. I like that. It goes a little too far, don't get me wrong. The screen stop is also a thing that may have been investigated. Maybe if we take this out, how does it feel? Oh, it feels bad. To the point where, there is a lot of refinement that maybe happens to this tag as time goes on. But to me personally, it lines up with like the one thing they could have done to a 2v2 fighting game that actually allowed it to expand your mind, right? You're not thinking about opening up people the same way in MVCI as you are in this. And can I also provide another minor defense unrelated to tagging?
No, we're getting obliterated. Stop, please.
You're literally shitting on us.
Have you guys experienced the short hop?
I'm standing up as a Jetta main, super hop into air HK dash HK is the most badass shit.
Super hop, stall, button, dash, button. Oh my god. Strider, dash forward, and instead of doing the weird kind of like jump that he has to do in Marvel 3, you just down and then up, forward, back down, and he does this like right off the ground surf. Every character can do this stuff. It is sick, dude. They quite literally put in King of Fighters like short hops into the game, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But yes.
I have a terrible confession. Here on the eve of me hating on Reason 5, I have to reveal that I pulls off Sting mask to reveal that I'm an MVCI player. I would Bucky, super, and then short hop cap and hit him with a shield, and that shit was gas. I'm not gonna lie. It was so fucking cool.
Dude, it gets even better. Bucky super, tag and cap, short hop H, jump cancel the H if they crossed up, back to the other side, empty jump low. Good luck, buddy. Good. You better have 2 bars to break that shit. It ain't happening, dude.
Oh, dude, there's probably footage of me doing that. It's very incriminating. I don't think I can be on the stand anymore. This is fucked up, man. But my goodness gracious. All right. We've covered the 5 reasons. As it kind of expected, I didn't want to reveal at the beginning of the video, but I think Max 8.
The love that this man has for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is impenetrable. We cannot defeat him.
Hold it! I just want to give a huge shout out to my patrons. And if you want to support the House of Justice and all of the House of Justice endeavors, as well as the people behind the scenes, editors, artists, please consider supporting through the Patreon. Thank you guys so much. Without further ado, here's the rest of the outro. Take that!